Is there anyone else in the waiting room?
There are a couple people, but I think we are good to go ahead and start. Claire, do you want to share your screen?
Can you enable screen sharing?
Oh, yes. Sorry, might be. Okay, great. So welcome everybody to our second meeting. Thank you guys for coming. We know that it's a Saturday, and so we just appreciate you guys taking the time out of your weekend to do some DECA with us. Today, we are going to talk all about events and the difference between events and signing up for your events for this year. So Ayush is going to speak to you guys a little bit about district CDC information and kind of competition for this first round, which is districts.
Yeah, thanks, Emma. So, okay, the district CDC is going to be on December 10th or 3rd through 10th, and we have like a tiny screenshot of what it's going to look like. It's going to be virtual. So we don't have all the details, but this is like a quick like rundown of what they've like released to us. And so I think first it'll be principals, and then it'll be individual series, and then you'll have like a last chance. But it'll like release the role play, and then you have to turn it in before the 10th or something, and then they'll have testing the same way. It'll be online. They're like factoring in the fact that it'll be open book, and it'll be a recorded role play. And I think that's pretty much like it's going to be a little bit different this year for sure. But just like the important date is the 3rd through the 10th. We'll get results between the 4th and the 8th of January. So over like after winter break. But yeah.
And if you guys see that link, that is the link to the PDF that they have shared with us. So it's kind of all the information we know, but if you want to know more information or get all the details, that's that link.
Okay, so choosing an event. Now, choosing an event is probably one of the most important things you need to keep in mind for DECA. And there are 4 groups of events. So there's individual series events, principal events, team decision events, and project-based written events. And now all 4 of these events fall under certain skills. And those skills are finance, marketing, hospitality and tourism, and business administration. So if you want to choose your event solely based on your probability of advancing, you should really scan this QR code on the right here because it tells you the participation numbers for each event, and that'll help you get an idea of the competition. So some general tips. If you're a first-year DECA member, we strongly advise you to participate in the principals events. Those are generally easier and test you over more surface level information. And if you haven't already started DECA, we strongly advise you to not participate in the written events, mainly because in LT, not many of us take the written events, so we can't really offer much advice on them. And if you're completely stuck, please follow the flowchart and this QR code on the right, and that'll just help you narrow down what event you want to choose. So to narrow down what skill you want to do in an event, focus on your strengths and look at the sample role plays. There are multiple sample role plays online. You can just search up sample role plays for each cluster and each event. And the sample role plays are found on the link in the next slide as well.
So this is the deca.org website, and if you guys want to scan this QR code, if you've been in DECA before, you're really familiar with it, but it will obviously give you an overview and a very detailed description of every single event. But this year, Claire, if you want to go to the next slide. This year, the officers have made for you guys our own LT DECA website, and we had a website team on the officers. Like I know Claire, Pranay, Ria, like all of them did a really great job. And they basically took the important things from the DECA website and put it into our website as well as our own resources. So the officers have made videos. Each little team of officers have made videos for each different cluster. And then me and Yu Hong have made 2 videos on how to choose your event and the different, how to do a role play, and then how to choose based on the different type of events. And really important aspects of competition. And so I want to let Claire go ahead and walk you guys through the website because there are really a lot of good resources that we've made for you guys this year.
So if you go through the QR code,
No. Okay, it's gonna basically lead you to this website, and then this is the homepage. So on the website, you can probably just like quick about us, blah, blah, blah. But you can find the roadmap for the role plays basically here, and then there's frequently asked questions, and then so to decide what cluster you want to do, if you don't already know, you can just click on the clusters tab, and then these are the two videos that Emma was talking about that she and Young made. And then if you already know your cluster, you can go to the drop down and find whatever it is that you wanted to do. So basically every cluster is formatted the same way. These are the events, and then there's like a quick description after the drop downs. This is the PIs. Every cluster will have this, and then there's some additional resources here with videos. And then this is the LT specific one that we've all made for every cluster. It'll go through a practice sample role play, and then here are some additional resources. If you're confused about like event timing, you can go to the calendar portion, and it'll be continuously updating it as we go. Yeah, basically that's it.
Yeah, that was a really fast overview, Claire, but super helpful. I don't know if you guys saw, but there are a lot of good resources on there. If you guys look, basically, I'd say your first step, even right now, Claire, do you want to go back to the slide before you? Especially for new members, if you want to go to the clusters tab, and those two starting videos kind of tell you the difference between the events and then how to do a role play, which in all the events except for the written events, you're going to have a test, a multiple choice test, and the role play. And role plays are a really big part of competition. So those two. And then for older members, and once you decide kind of what event you want to do, you go to your specific cluster, and then you can see the website team has put the sample exams from years past. These documents that Claire is showing right now are personal tips that each of the officers made for you guys. So they're personal tips, personal documents, as well as I believe all the PIs for each one are on there as well. And then as you can see here in that, the one from Lebanon Trail Deca, that YouTube video, each one of your clusters has made a video similar to each other going through a practice role play. If you're new to the cluster or if you want anything like that. But even old members, like all of the practice tests are here, as well as new tips. And something that I also saw on the website, Claire, was the virtual business challenges. I think they have those on there as well, which I'll talk about a little later. But there's a thing called virtual business challenges from Texas Tech, and they actually opened up, and it's something you can do as well. So that'll also be on the website. But yeah, save the link, and yeah. So these website resources are going to be super important because Yihong will talk about it, but we are going to be starting event sign up. So Yihong, if you want to talk about that.
All right, so really important date to put on your calendar. I think it's hidden, but it is Monday, November 9th. This is when the event signups will be due. This will be the week before our Super Saturday, which is our annual DECA training. But what I would really encourage everyone to do, especially first year members, is to really go through that website that our officers have created. And for the first year members, the principals events will be at the top of each cluster. Go through it, look at some of the sample stuff, watch our videos to really decide what event you want to do. And I think the website will help you solidify that decision, because we need to get these events into the DECA organization as soon as possible in order to enroll you guys in the competition. And so just remember, fill out this form and have it in by November 9th.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this, but I know old members do, but Krishna is one of our VPs for District 7, and I kind of put some Texas DECA reminders because there's a lot of stuff going on outside of just LT DECA. So Krishna, if you're on, if you want to talk about some of those opportunities and how our members can get involved in that.
Sure. Thanks, Emma. Okay, so the first one that I was going to talk about was the case study challenge. And basically what that is every week Texas DECA releases a sort of role play in each of those like competitive categories like merchandising, business administration, finance, hospitality and tourism, and all of those. And basically, these are case studies which are formatted like the traditional role plays that we have in the competition, where you're given some kind of situation, some business situation, and some PIs, and you just have to record yourself. It's just a 5-minute video that you have to make, and you get to submit it, and you can participate in however many you want every week. And basically, with that, the winners of those case study challenges can actually win scholarship money and are recognized at the district CDC. So I'd encourage all of you to participate in the case study challenge. You can get more info on how to register and the format and the guidelines of the case study challenge on the Texas DECA website. The next thing that I wanted to talk about was DECA month. And basically, throughout the month of November, there's going to be a bunch of just National DECA and Texas DECA events. But the main two ones that I wanted to talk about were the DECA Idea Challenge, which takes place in the middle of November, and the Social Media Challenge. So the Idea Challenge is basically an kind of innovative challenge where all the DECA members are given some sort of common everyday item. So last year it was like a shoelace. And basically what you had to do was make some kind of innovative creation or a unique take on the common everyday item, so that could be used in some different way. And with that, you can win scholarship money, and you're recognized on Global DECA's webpage. So I'd encourage you guys to look out for the Idea Challenge. It's going to be coming out in mid-November. And the second one was the DECA Social Media Challenge. And for that one, basically every day in November, DECA has outlined some sort of social media post that you can make, and tag your friends in DECA, tag Texas DECA. So just check that out if you're interested in posting on your social media and just getting more awareness. And the final thing, and Emma mentioned this before, was the Virtual Business Challenge. And this is outside of the regular competition, so you can compete in Virtual Business Challenge and your regular competitive events. But basically how it works is there's 8 categories. It's like accounting, finance, marketing, retailing, sports, restaurant management, just a bunch of ones that you can find, whichever one you're interested in. And basically how it works is you're given a business simulator, a virtual business simulator, and you perform, market analysis, you do research. You're basically operating a virtual business through their virtual business challenge software. And the 2 most successful businesses in each category, so you can compete as a team or an individual. And the 2 most successful individual or teams in each category get to advance to ICDC. And you can compete in as many categories as you want. And it's a great way just to get more practice in your business scenarios, but also you can do these along with your regular competitive events. So I encourage all of you to take part in any of these events.
Thank you, Krishna. I think it's really cool. We have like a unique thing at LT DECA. We have a representative from our district, and then like obviously LTHS DECA itself. So some LT DECA reminders. I know that I sent this opportunity out, the MDA Muscle Corps. I know I'm doing it. I know a couple officers and a couple of you guys are doing it already. And essentially, obviously, we already sent out that a long time ago, but if you are doing it, you should be receiving emails from that email I put in the chat, or not in the chat, but on the slides. If you are not, please email them. It's not too late. Essentially, I went to one of their meetings, and you kind of just have to get in all your weekly assignments by the 30th or by the 31st, by the end of October, and make your fundraising page. And I myself donated stuff to my own fundraising page, but make that fundraising page and make sure you do all those assignments, and that is how you will get your 40-hour certificate. At least that's what I know of it. I don't know much information, so if you have any other questions, I would suggest to email that email below. But if you're in the MDA Muscle Corps program, you probably already know what's going on, and I hope that's going well for you guys because I think it's been pretty successful. But yeah, so some really important reminders these upcoming weeks. For our interim members, we know we would do a CPE or EA process. So that's kind of changing. And we're going to confirm this with Ms. Williams and admin. But for now, what we're going to do is we are going to have our own test still in order to ensure you guys are in DECA, but we're not necessarily going through the CPE process. But for that, we will be having you guys take the test on Zoom. with mics on and everything like that, just so we really make it fair for everybody, because I know some people have been taking that business class beforehand, but some people haven't. So we still wanted to give that opportunity for you guys. So that interim member testing, mark your calendars, is going to be Tuesday, November 10th at 5 p.m. If you have a conflict, email the Trailblazer Deca email and Miss Williams, just because we know that's going to be, we would really, and we're telling this to you guys beforehand because we really want you guys to be there at that time, because I know like we can't really be administering separate tests for like one person here or there, but that testing is going to be a 50 question test based on the business admin course. So I know that sounds super duper intimidating, but the website has a lot of really good resources, and through Remind we'll also send you guys some more resources for the new members. But the main things for that is to make sure that you are just taking practice exams. We're not going to make it incredibly hard. Yes, that it's only for new members, to reiterate, only for that interim member if you ended up filling out that interim member form at the beginning of the year. But things to study for that is to take those practice tests on the website and search up Principles Business Deca Principles Business, or just Deca Business Admin Core Practice Exam, and that's what you should be working on. If you have any questions, we will be sure to provide you with the resources so that you feel prepared, but it should not be crazy hard, but you do need to prepare for it beforehand. So that's what I'll say about that.
I hate you. I hate you. Oh.
We love you, whoever just said that. But in terms of event signups, which is our next thing, event signups, that form, Claire, if you want to go to that event signup slide again, for those of y'all that missed it, we'll also be sending these slides throughout Remind, so don't worry if you missed something. I know there are a lot of links on this presentation, so we'll be sending it out. But event signups are due November 10th at 5 p.m. And then that last date, Claire, if you want to go to that, sorry, I keep switching slides, but back to the LTHS Deca reminder slide. Super Saturday, our first Super Saturday is going to be November 10th from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. So this is a mandatory event because it's really important, and it's kind of what gears us up for competition, especially because competition is going to be, the district competition is going to be a lot earlier this year. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be holding Zoom sessions, and you can go in and out of Zoom sessions based on your event. So you'll be, if you end up choosing a principals event, you'll be in like a principals Zoom room. But the reason why we want that event sign up by November 10th is so that we can get ready and so that you can be set on your event by the Super Saturday date. And yeah. And in terms of event signups, everything is posted on that website. That's why we made those videos and those resources for you guys.
Oh, Claire, last slide, the one before this. Yes, meeting. Okay. So this is a form that we created. We kind of wanted to get y'all's feedback because I know it's kind of weird that we're having a meeting on a Saturday, but we have had several conflicts with our last meeting. We have people with band practice and theater rehearsals and stuff. So we kind of wanted to find a meeting time that would work best for everyone and avoid schedule conflicts. So we would really appreciate if everyone could fill out this form. There's some questions about whether you prefer a weekday or weekend meeting, what time of day you prefer to have meetings, and your feedback is just appreciated in helping us create meetings that are most convenient for y'all. So yes, please fill this out.
And then the last thing, if you guys are, go ahead and, yeah, I'll give you guys another couple minutes to fill that out just because we have to. While you guys are filling that out, I have a couple questions from the chat. What class are we exactly CBEing? So we're not CBEing any exact class anymore. We kind of want to bypass it. to be honest, just because I'm talking to admin, there's a lot of technical difficulties, and getting 50 people to CVE is really hard. So if anything comes up, we will let you guys know, but this is something that's piloted this year, and so we're kind of uncertain as to all of that stuff. So kind of what we're doing is, don't even worry about what class am I specifically CVEing. Don't worry about counselors or anything like that. Just know that you'll be taking a 50 multiple choice thing on Zoom during that date, November 10th.
And the content of that test will be Business Administration Core, which is basically just the exam that principals, events, kids, or the first year's events kids will take. So if you want to prepare, you can Google Business Administration Core exams, Deca, or you can use the website and look up the testing under the principal's events.
How do we sign up for virtual business events if there's a deadline? I'm not sure if you're talking about like competition, but the for competition for LT, just fill out the form that is on here. I can send it in the chat as well, actually. But for the virtual business challenges, those are going to be found on the Deca website and in the slides as well. So that's the event sign up form. Do I have any other questions? Slides will be sent, I'll remind, don't worry about that. Test is on November 10th for interim members only. Cool. Any other questions? You can send it to me in the chat. If I missed your question, text me on Remind, or email Miss Williams, or email trailblazerdeca@gmail.com. Okay, before we end, Pranay, Claire, if you want to stop sharing your screen, and then Pranay, if you want to do our little social media thing.
So everyone try to turn your cameras on if you can. We're going to take like a screenshot.
Wait, Claire, are you still sharing your screen here? I can do this. Pranay, are you able to see everybody, or is it just Claire's screen? Is it kind of hard?
I can see like 30 people at once.
Okay, that sounds good. So, yeah.
So I got it.
Okay.
So then we're good to go.
Okay, if everybody wants to say cheese, and if you want, you can do a Deca. This is cute. We're gonna do Deca diamonds. If y'all don't know what that is, this is a Deca diamond, or this is a Deca diamond. I don't know. I do this. A lot of people do random things, but just whatever you want to do, and then do it for a while, because I think Pranay is like screenshotting like a couple of times, right, Pranay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So on the count of 3, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I got it.
Do you get all of us?
I got 30 at once and I took 2. So
Perfect. Okay. If there are any more questions, stay behind before our second meeting. But other than that, thank you guys so much for coming. Sign up for your events, sign up, and go through the website. And I hope you guys really like and appreciate the resources on there, because we worked really hard. But thank you guys for coming, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend.
Can everyone see the meeting attendance form?
If you need the...
I will send it in the chat. Let me try to find it really quickly.
Yeah, that would be really good. That would be really good. Right, if you guys weren't able to get your attendance form in, we'll try to send that in the chat right now.
Right.
Actually, I got it.
Ooh, people are leaving. Here, I got it.
Okay.
All right. All right, everyone, you guys are all good to go. Thanks for coming.
Thank you guys for coming. If you're currently in BIM, no, you do not have to take the interim member test. For whoever asked. I'm not sure how to. Oh, there we go. Does everybody still see Claire's screen?
Yes. Do you think you can end her screen share?
I tried to remove her from the Zoom call, but like it's not working.
Is her Wi-Fi?
Wait, is my screen like glitched for y'all?
Yeah, it's frozen.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
So people are asking if you're doing a principals event, did you choose what? Principals events have 4 things. You can go look at it on the website. There's business admin, marketing, finance, and hospitality.
Yes.
So test for interim members is November 10th at 5 p.m. And I will send the slides out on Remind so that you can access all of the links. LTHS Deca website link. Yes, I can send the website link in the chat.
I can just send links throughout the meeting for the second
Yeah,
one.
that would be a lot better if you could send all the links as they're happening.
All right.
It's kind of
Are
hard.
these people just stragglers? Or
Wait, Emma, instead of sending a link tree, which is like another link, I can just put all the links on the home page of the website. So we just have to send the website link out, and then
okay,
that's like
okay.
a lot easier.
That would be really helpful. Still during this meeting though, Yihong, can you send out the links just so that they
Yeah.
have them? And then Pranay, that's a really good idea.
That's all. I'm doing that right now. So that's all. I was doing.
Hold on.
Wait, Neha, did I answer your question? Oh, she's gone. Paul, do you need anything? What's up, Paul? I think I answered your questions as well, Paul.
Wait, is my thing still frozen?
No,
No,
we're okay.
Okay, okay.
Is Claire back?
No, but I can screen share.
Okay, that's okay.
Are the 2 kids who aren't officers just gonna chill in here?
It's okay.
It's kind of funny.
Here, wait, I can wait. Okay.
Did you guys kick them?
Paul, I'm gonna remove you. Thank you for coming. Bye.
That was rude, Paul.
Okay, I removed them. I don't.
Okay.
I honestly, knowing Paul, he probably was in the meeting and then forgot, and then he left
Yeah.
his phone or something, and he's